welcome back to another one. Today we're going to be working on the 318 for a few minutes. So started doing something pretty funky while I was out, and I think I've diagnosed it to be a bad match. So well, on this car it's called a AFM because it actually uses a potentiometer. If you go back a while, I did a whole video covering how to adjust and clean that if you're having signs of a bad one, which this one was showing signs of being bad a while ago, probably like 6-8 months. So I cleaned it, did the adjustment that people recommend, but a few months later and it seems to have gone bad. So I'm going to start it up real quick, show you what it's doing. So just started the car, foot is off the gas. As you can see, it's idling at 1100 RPMs. So obviously that's obnoxious in traffic. Don't want that, but unplug that. There we go. I don't know why it took so long to drop, but unplug it and it seems to drop down. So I'm going to swap it out with the one I have off of a parts car that I picked up a while ago when I thought this one was bad, but I never ended up running it. And let me shut this off real quick. These are super easy to take off. It's literally just hose clamp there, hose clamp there. This one actually already has the cold air little piece on it, so just going to be able to swap that right over. If anybody needs a cold air little piece for an M42, let me know. Got an extra, so feel free to grab it. And yeah, let me swap it real quick. Alright, so as you can see, that only took a few minutes. Pretty easy. It's just, as I said, those two hose clamps when you have the cold air on there. So let's start it up and see if that actually fixed it. Alright, so moment of truth. Nice. Goes right down to idle. So I'm still chasing my high idle issue. What's weird is if I start the car cold, seems to run fine for the whole drive. Start it warm, idles high, stays idling high for the whole drive. So according to some old forums, people say check your throttle position sensor. I had a spare one sitting in the garage, so threw that on. Gonna drive to work now, and let's hope we make it. So all right, so I don't know if that was my actual issue, but I should have done that forever ago because my idle has never held consistent like this for, I don't know, probably at least a year. It's always kind of bounced around, and I've just accepted that it was a vacuum leak that I couldn't find without a smoke tester because I don't have a smoke tester. So yeah, I guess I should have done that way sooner because it seems to be chilling now. I'm gonna drive to work once it warms up a little bit, and hopefully it stays good. Alright, so it is after work. I drove the car all day. I had no issues with the idle to or from work. The car was fairly cold both times. It was cold obviously this morning because I didn't start it the whole day. But in the afternoon I did drive it on lunch break for a little bit, so it wasn't like 100% cold probably, but started right up fine. Held idle perfect. So now it's time for the real test. I just drove the car home like half an hour, so it's definitely still warm. I'm gonna flip the camera and let's see if it holds idle right. All right, so we got fans on. Now let's see if it idles right. Sweet. So it seems like we have fixed the issue of the M42 holding idle at around 1100 to 1300 RPMs. It was definitely an easy fix, but it was a pain in the butt while it was happening. With the manual, it was still drivable, but with the car being stuck at like 1100 RPMs,
singing shit, then we roll, hit the chorus and it goes like, I don't wanna be lonely tonight. Don't wanna be lonely tonight. Don't wanna be lonely. So I spend some time with my homies. I don't wanna be lonely tonight. Don't wanna be lonely tonight. Don't wanna be lonely. So I go and spend some time with my motherfucking homies.